Ciao a tutti, and in this video I want to talk about bad habits. Now, in my personal experience, bad habits were really stopping me to level up in my life, to create that version 2.0 of me, of Stefano, to achieve things that I needed to achieve in my personal life and in business. So if you are a business owner, a coach, this video is for you, so make sure you stick until the end of this video, because I'm gonna show you a simple way on how to break this bad habit and how we actually create this habit. Okay, so with that, let's start. I want to give you an example first. So we have here a piece of cake. Now I don't know if that's a piece of cake. It looks like more pizza or something like that, but you have the idea, okay? So that's a piece of cake, and when our brain sees that piece of cake, the first thing that tells us is calories, survival, go and take it, okay? So especially with sugar, our body sends signal to our brain and says, remember where you took it and remember what is it, okay? So after that, we learn how to repeat that behavior, because our brain tells us to remember that. So after 10 minutes we go again in that fridge and take that piece of cake, or the next day. So we learn how to repeat. Now our brain tells us as well, after we taste it first time, you know what, why next time you're feeling sad or you're feeling sad or stressed out, you go and take that piece of cake, you will feel better. So we learn how to repeat. We learn how to repeat this behavior, and then it becomes an habit, because we find the piece of cake, a way to feel good when we feel stressed out or sad, right? So the cycle of this, how we create an habit, it goes like this: trigger, behavior, reward. Trigger, behavior, reward, repeat. Simple as that. Now, before I go more deeply in that, I want to say that obesity and smoking are the main reason of death in this world. So before you go for the next piece of cake, or you see that you are taking a lot of weight and you always eat sugar, or you go for the next cigarette, think about that, and think about that your life is very important, and we just have one chance. Right, let's continue. I wanna draw, well, I don't know if that's a brain, that's our brain. I don't know if that seems like a brain, more like a cloud, but you got the message. That this is our brain, and on the front of our brain we have a part called prefrontal cortex. Prefrontal cortex. Now this part called prefrontal cortex is actually good and understands that we shouldn't smoke, we shouldn't go for that piece of cake, we shouldn't wake up very late, we should wake up earlier, we should go to the gym, we should run, right? So understand all this stuff that we should do. It's helping us to stop smoking, stop eating sugar, and we call it cognitive control. Now, we are using cognition to control our behavior. But this is a funny part, guys. This is a really funny part, and I thought, oh, that's cool. That's a very cool part, okay? But it's not, because it's actually the first part of our brain that goes offline when we are stressed out or sad. It's fun, isn't it? I mean, that should be the part that should help us to stop this bad behavior, these bad habits, helping us to achieve powerful habits. But it's not, because mostly when we are stressed out or sad, we fall in these bad habits, right? Think about in your life, when you're stressed out, or you're sad, or you have too much work, or you feel burnt out, you go for these bad habits. For me, my own experience, in my own business. When I start my business, I was going to work, my 9 to 5, and then coming back, doing more work, and I really felt overwhelmed and stressed, so I had to smoke. And even I wanted to stop smoking, my mind was telling me, you know what, you need to smoke because you are stressed out. And so I was telling myself, no, you know what, I can't stop smoking now because I'm very busy, I'm stressed out. So that was my excuse to continue smoking. Now we know that this part cannot help us to quit our bad habits. So in my opinion, and also some experts say that mindfulness is the key of quitting bad habits. Now what I mean from mindfulness? Mindfulness is seeing clearly what we get when we get caught in these bad behaviors. Okay? And this mindfulness is supported by curiosity. Okay? When you are curious, how you feel? You feel good, right? I feel good. We feel like, okay, we want to know more. So when this curiosity supports this mindfulness. When we are mindful, we are curious, right? So we notice that this sensation are symbol made by body sensation, by this tension that we have in our body. That's it. And this body sensation goes and like we have it now, we have it in 1 second, and then they go away after 5 minutes. But our mind works that when we get this sensation, these triggers, these cravings, we have to go and solve it. If not, we feel bad. But if we understand that these cravings come and go, then we can actually think about it. We get these cravings, we feel curious, and we let go these cravings. We think like, okay, how it feels. Now mindfulness, smoking. Some people did this mindfulness smoking, and I did it as well. If you are mindful when you smoke, then you realize it's not so good. When you are not mindful and you smoke all the time, right? You wake up in the morning, you have a smoke, you have a cup of tea, you have a smoke, and then you go back, you arrive, you go in the car, you have a smoke, you don't really take attention to that, right? You go in the car, you smoke, you don't really think about it. You just know that you have to smoke because your mind is programmed like that. Okay? So my opinion to that, and how you can stop this bad habit, is be mindful, be curious when you have these cravings. I mean, I stopped smoke for 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks now, and I have this cravings in my body, this sensation. And now that I know that, right? I feel like I should listen them, and instead of going and buy cigarette or eat that more sugar, then you have to think about it. You have to wait a little bit, and this craving will go. And if you are alone in the night and you feel these cravings, go to sleep. Wake up in the morning, you will feel better. Easy as that. Well, it's not easy as that, but it just takes a lot of willingness, acceptance that you can really do that. It's just cravings, just body sensation, or but come and go. Now, my suggestion is, when you have these cravings, notice the urge, get curious, and have joy of letting go this bad behavior, these bad habits, and then repeat. Simple as that. Trigger, behavior, reward. Repeat. Notice the urge, get curious, have joy of letting go, and repeat. I hope you like it, and I'll see you on next video. Thank you.